Hello, everybody. Welcome to day 138 of the Daily Stoic. All right, here's the quote for the day. It's short, but to the point. Pay attention to what's in front of you, the principle, the task, or what's being betrayed. Marcus Aurelius. So, as I was thinking about this quote and as I was pondering this quote, what kept coming back to me was that quote where it basically says, how you do something today is how you'll always do it. And so it got me to thinking about how important it is to be present, to be focused on what we're doing, and to realize that how we are doing something, how we are perceiving something, how we are acting in a certain situation is the same way we will act again when that situation comes if we are not conscious of it and if we are not trying to improve ourselves. So this works both ways. So this could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. So let's take, for instance, a bad thing. We have a person who we work with who, when they hit this certain pitch in their tone, it like triggers you. You like go off. You get angry, you get upset, you start yelling, you start carrying on, and you automatically shut down, and no matter what they say, you don't hear it. So in a negative sense, if we are not aware, if we are not present, if we are not looking at the way we are perceiving things and the way we are acting, then the next time this person hits that tone again, we're going to do exactly the same thing. We're going to shut down, we're going to get angry, we're going to get very vocal about it, and we're just not going to hear a single thing they're saying. So applying this quote to that would mean that if we are present when it happens and we realize that and we take steps inside of ourselves to be like, hey, let me look at this from a different perspective. Maybe this person is, reaching that tone because they're angry. Maybe there's something I can do to help them so they don't get angry. Maybe there is a reason that they get to that tone. Maybe they don't even realize that they get to that tone and that's what triggers you. And so maybe there's something that the two of you can work on together to change it so that they don't get to that tone with you. But in order to do those types of things and work on that type of solution, you need to be present in the moment. You need to realize that what you're doing now affects what you will do later. So that's a negative example of that. Let's try a positive example of that. Let's say that you're the type of person who, you walk into like a meeting and the meeting is just chaos. It's just everything is, everybody in the meeting's going after everybody else. Everybody's throwing everybody else underneath the bus. It's just like, it's like mass casualty scene up in there. And you walk into the meeting and you're like, hey, what's going on? What can I help with? Is everything okay? Hey, I don't understand what the problem is. Hey, George, are you all right? Craig, what seems to be the problem? Hey, let's sit down. Craig, why don't you start by telling us what you think is wrong? No, George. No, George, don't interrupt. Let's let Craig talk and let's let him tell us what he thinks is wrong first. Okay, Craig, those are great, great points. George, how do you think we could help Craig with this? And so you come into a situation and you immediately have like a calming effect of that situation, and you take control of that situation and you start making that situation better. Well, that is a positive feature, right? That is a positive thing. And so that's something else that you want to be cognizant of. You want to be aware of, when you're in that moment, so you're like, hey, this is a good thing. This is how I need to be in these situations. This is how I need to perceive this. This is how I need to react in these situations. So that the next time you get in the same type of situation, you automatically react the same way. So that's this quote being applied in a positive direction in your life. So as we can see, and as we've seen a lot of times throughout this journey, as we've been reading throughout Stoicism in this book in particular, we can see that there is a negative side and there is a positive side. And really it comes down to what? Our perspective, our thoughts, and the decisions that we make on how we're going to respond in these situations. So that's what this quote means to me. I'd love to hear what this quote means to you. So I hope you'll take some time, that you'll read it, you'll think about it, you'll ponder it, and you'll leave me some thoughts and comments below this video so that you and I can have a conversation about this. Okay? So until tomorrow, I hope that everybody has a great rest of the day, and I want us all to strive harder each and every day to live more like a Stoic.